Positively Muskegon, Andy O'Reilly today, and that's a familiar face. Jenny McNeil is here. Jenny McNeil is part of. You're like the grand poobah.
No, just on the board.
You're on the board.
I was the board chair.
Every Woman's Place in Webster House, and you do a lot of other things like that around town too. What else are you involved in?
Oh, all sorts of things.
Yeah.
The Bar Association.
Sure.
A lot with the Bar Association, Law Day, Irish, the Music Irish
Busy.
Fest. Yeah.
Like anybody here. Yeah, that's how it works. We all pitch in.
That's right.
Also a great sponsor of the Positively Muskegon blog, a little over a year now. Thank you very much for that.
Happy to do it.
We're glad to have you on board, and hopefully the business is still coming. You know, that's what we're here to do. A little bit, move the economy a little bit, offer an affordable thing, and talk about fun events.
Yes.
Because Cheers and Chocolate's and I got to tell you honestly, it's gotten to the point with me and the missus where people will call and say, "Can you be a part of this? Can you be a part of that?" And her first question is what are they paying you? When I mentioned Cheers and Chocolate, she couldn't get in fast enough to tell me that I was going to be there, and you're going to announce that. I just took it away.
Yes,
I stole your announcement.
Yes, you did.
Creep.
That's okay. We're very excited that both you and Cindy will be there again this year.
Loved
but
it.
Also more excited that you are going to be our MC for the evening. So yay! So thank you, Andy.
What do I have to do? Anything?
Well,
dirty jokes?
No dirty jokes. Got to be all fun jokes.
All right.
Although it isn't all. That is the one thing. It is adults only have to be 21 or over to come in because of consuming alcohol.
Yep.
But yeah, we still no dirty jokes. Sorry, right. Andy.
Let's get back to the party in a second. Tell me about Every Woman's Place. We kind of hit in the article there that it would be a great place to be able to put out a business.
Oh, wouldn't that be great?
Ain't gonna happen though.
I don't think so.
How many do you serve a year?
A lot. I didn't bring my numbers.
You didn't bring it up? That's okay. Well, I mean, you say a lot. I'll take that.
A lot. Yeah. I know. I was just thinking about that. Probably should have had Lori. She's the executive director. Come and tell you about the numbers.
But it's substantial.
I can tell you it's a lot. It's a lot of women and children that we serve every year. In fact, many times we are overfull.
Really?
Yes.
And these are victims of domestic abuse.
Yes.
What else?
Primarily in our the domestic violence shelter, women and children. Although we do serve men, we won't have them stay at the shelter.
Right.
We would provide a place for them to stay if they've been survivors of domestic violence. We also have a grant for kids who are, it's the teen pregnancy, so kids who are pregnant or who are having babies, place for them to stay, kind of help them
learn how to be a parent.
That's right.
Yeah.
That's right.
The skills aren't taught. And we see it day in and day out where neighborhoods are slipping because mom and dad are both at work or are not around or whatever.
Right.
You can't really single out one cause, but you can certainly work to fix things.
Right.
So you do that.
Right.
That's awesome.
Work. So it's a place for people to stay, but it's also, we provide a lot of services for people who aren't staying there. So we're talking counseling or different programs that we have to kind of help people, be self-sufficient and be safe. I mean, everybody has a right to be safe. One of the things I have up in my office is we did a number of years ago, the Domestic Violence Task Force did a coloring contest for kids. And the winner was this kid who drew a picture of a house with a storm and described domestic violence as a storm inside my house. Mm. And I've never forgotten that, because could you imagine as a kid? I mean, it is a storm.
Yeah. And
it's supposed to be your safe spot, your safety zone.
Yeah. And
instead it's a storm.
Not good.
So
what got you? What was your motivation to get involved with Every Woman's Place?
Well, I started years ago when I was a young lawyer working at Legal Aid, actually in Illinois. One of my very first cases was a brutal case of domestic violence. And I was just so inspired by my client, and I was also really distraught at how the legal system treated her.
Really?
Yes, and it wasn't here.
No, okay, but I mean...
I was very distraught about that, and it just really, I think, inspired me.
Yeah.
And I got involved. There was a woman from the local shelter there who kind of saw my interest and really kind of took me under her wing and trained me and introduced me to a lot. And then when you started seeing, I mean, there's just there's so much domestic violence, whether
awful.
it's your own, you know, whether it's I've gotten family members who my aunt was a victim of domestic violence.
And it doesn't necessarily always have to be physical beatings either.
Correct.
I mean, there's mental violence, there's neglect, there's all this kind of stuff that plays into this stuff.
And some of the ones that scare me the most are the ones where there have not necessarily been this long line of physical abuse, but a lot of mental control.
Yeah.
And then when people go to leave, that's the most dangerous time for them.
Yeah.
When they go to leave, and that's what I've had clients who've been brutally assaulted when they tried to leave, and unfortunately, I've had one client who was murdered by her ex-husband, and that was the worst day of practicing law.
I can imagine.
When I got that call, and hope it never happens again.
Right. I'll just throw this out there. I know a lot of bikers. So if ever, you know how they are.
Yep.
I make a joke, but it's a serious issue.
It is. But
those bikers wouldn't mind a little.
Right.
You know, just saying. Let's talk about the party.
Okay.
I mean, last year was phenomenal. I remember the desserts. I remember some of the food. I remember the company and the setting. It's remarkable to just to walk into the school.
Those Baker College kids are amazing.
Yeah.
And they are really the driving force behind this event.
Yeah.
They work with us day and night to create masterpieces. I mean, the food, not only, it looks fantastic, it tastes fantastic.
Yep.
And there's hors d'oeuvres and the chocolates. And it seems like every year they sort of top themselves with what they're creating. And it's just an utterly fantastic event. We are so grateful to Baker College.
Yeah.
The Culinary Institute is just amazing.
Great stuff.
Yes,
It's
a great place, and it's neat because you get to see kind of the ins and outs.
It's like a whole behind the scenes tour. You're walking through kitchens. You're walking through classrooms.
Yes.
You're walking through common areas.
Yes.
I remember the vending machines. And you walk into this thing just to see what's in the vending machine for kids in culinary school.
Yes.
Is worth the trip alone.
Yep.
You know, you need a paper hat right there in the vending machine.
Yep, they do.
That was awesome.
And they do kind of in the classrooms, got a couple short seminars, and there's wine tasting. We have a great a silent auction, and we've got a committee that's working really hard to get some really cool things. You get to take the wine glass home with you. It's a really fun event.
It is.
It's just a fantastic event, kind of a unique thing. I don't think there's anything quite like it.
Before we came on, you said you had some room for some sponsors still on this thing.
That is true.
And the money all goes to everyone's place.
That is correct.
So that's a big deal.
Yes.
It's an important thing.
So
to make note. So if you're looking to be a part of a great event, talk to her.
We still have room for a few more sponsors. We'd love to have our businesses collaborate with us.
Yeah.
I think we've had some great support in this community, and unfortunately we always need more.
Yeah. Well, and this is the kind of event too that you don't necessarily have to sell a specific product to be a part of. This is one of those community events where we say we want to see better. We want to sponsor this event.
Yes.
Yeah. You know, it's tough because some people are like, well, how am I going to move product with that? And well, you're not, but you're gonna send a message that you're taking care of Muskegon. And it's important.
Well, I think people like to see our businesses support our local agencies.
Absolutely.
I know I try to do that, with my business.
Don't I know?
I try to do that, and
you do great.
I think people notice that.
$60.
Yes.
For a ticket. I can tell you this: it seems like a high ticket, but it's worth it. You're going to have a great time. The food's going to be phenomenal, and it all goes to everyone's place. So don't flinch at the tickets. It's not like we're buying Metallica tickets here.
Right.
We're just $60. And what time does it start?
It starts at 5 o'clock, so 5 o'clock to 8 o'clock.
5 to 8.
And usually there's a line, people ready to come in.
I know, we pulled up. I couldn't believe it.
Yes.
They were lined up. They were lined up 150 deep.
So people get there right on time.
Yep.
They're ready to go.
Ready to go.
And it's a great, like I said, you have to be 21.
Yep.
That is that's the liquor license. Sorry.
Don't bother me.
But it's a great event.
Yeah.
Lots of good food.
Looking
lots
forward
of
to being
good
there.
people. It's a fun fun time.
Good. All the ticket information is here on Positively Muskegon. All you got to do is click your way to it and find out tickets. You can even make a donation right through Everyone's Place website. So do that and help these. They just deserve better.
They do.
You know what I mean? So it's important that we all kind of rally around them and take care of Jenny McNeil, sponsor of Positively Muskegon with Lattice Hoops and McNeil, and champion for everybody here in Muskegon. Jenny, thanks. We'll see you at
Andy.
Cheers and Chocolate.
Yes, we will.
Details right here, Positively Muskegon.